Alright, this is Calibos, and I am here to show you what goes wrong when you mess with Thaumcraft. So, this is still Enigmatica 2, although I have clearly been punished for, doing Thaumcraft and not paying attention. So, I just kind of like looked over and noticed this. And we'll do this, and then we'll do not eaten. So yeah, this is exciting. Oh man, this stuff is everywhere. Oh, holy monkeys. Like it just, the entire mountain is pretty much destroyed. And I was just like digging on the top, doing stuff up top like nothing. Let's see how far down this goes. Oh man. So notes to everybody. Flux is terrible. Yeah, I've basically just been doing research and trying to get stuff ready for you. Let's do this. I don't know if I can actually salvage any of this. This tainted dirt stuff is pretty serious. Shovel. Let's see if a shovel makes this faster. I'm starving. I knew that. Not yet eaten. Nope. So I know this will be an exciting episode of just digging. I'm actually just going to throw it up as a, evils of Thaumcraft thing. Wow, this stuff takes forever. Alright, so we've cleared out, everything that was contaminated, and you can tell that was a little bit. I ended up using a builder. Yeah, and I am concerned that I might have to go down further, but for the moment it seems fine. So yeah, that was exciting and fun. Also, I discovered a cool thing. So while I was looking around, I found the amber, and you get amber from it naturally, which is amber. We have 10,000 of it. So when you break amber, there's a 10% chance that you get this, preserved curiosity. So I actually had like hundreds of those things, and I'm assuming that I have been getting them either from when I am doing this, with the miners, because it says that oh hi, it says that it requires Silk Touch to get. Oh, there's a Embers Rekindled dungeon here, or something. Weird. We'll just take this. I'm sure nobody will mind. So I am wondering if one of the quarries picked it up. And used it, so it's really gonna save me a lot of time as far as excuse me, hiccups. I'm doing research for you guys. Draconium, Chironite, cave bricks, Cinnabar. Yeah, see, we picked up another one. So I must be getting it from like mining or something. But let me show you how cool this stuff is. So you I think it said you had about a 10% chance for on its own, but if you have a luck weapon, which, you know, the draconic stuff is luck mostly. I mean, really, it's been not very lucky for me, but sure. Then you have a better chance, and if you watch, it just gives you knowledge. So this doesn't actually give you research. What it does is, when you're using the Thaumonomicon, so for example, let's look at this one. This one I was looking at, and I think that we need. So if you look at the bottom here, it says that we need to use this knowledge. So if we look at this, we have, you know, lots and lots of knowledge now to use for these. So now we can go back through, and all of the stuff that we were waiting on, like that you guys were waiting on me to do research for, we can just do. So I really need to get this one, the Thaumium Essentia Smelter, because all of this was because of the flux. And I need to be creating less flux. So I already made some Thaumium plates. Thaumium plate. For just this purpose. So now we can do this, complete the research, and now we can make the Thaumium Essentia Smelter. What is that? Alchemical construct. Okay, we can probably make one of these. Essentia tube, valve, 2 valves. Let's see, do we have any valves? Valve. Whoop, uh-oh. That's not good. I wonder what happened. So I'm going to, again, pause it here, and I'm going to see if I can fix this. It looks kind of like a freeze, and hopefully everything is good. All right, catch you in a second. All right, so it's back up. Anyway, we need to do some things that involve making less flux, because if we look at our fancy thermometer here, come on, do the thing. Ah, there we go. So we have 32 flux in the area. So one of the difficulties we've been having is not this thing. Is this? It pulls, but only up to a certain amount. Now, if we look in here, so some of our stuff, I was looking in the book, actually requires like 400 of this stuff, the V, the life, the power, the whatever. So if we look in our fancy book, which is there, And we go down to Oromancy. This is one of the things that we made. So we need to make a workbench charger. And it looks like we actually need 2 of them. So we need a V resonator, some great wood planks, some iron. So let's go ahead and make 2 of those. V resonator, some great wood planks. And then we need some iron. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So theoretically, what this should do for us, I don't remember exactly what it looked like. It was kind of like this, I think. So theoretically, what this should do for us, if we put this down on top of that, oh, that actually looks really cool. Scan it. Wow. 1,443 available. That is going to make our life much less terrible. Oh, we already scanned it, right? So what else could we put this on? Because it said we could put this on another things. So we have all the V from the surrounding 9 chunks available. Focal manipulator, what is this? So we can actually place it on top of this as well. Now I still don't know how to use this thing. But, you know, we're out of water crystals, aqua crystals. Aqua. Okay, so I don't remember if it's a thing, but I did actually neaten this up. You know, now that I understand how it works, it's a lot easier to make neater. And honestly, one of the things that I was accomplishing was just kind of like working my way through the list to expand it so we have all of them. Because once we have all of them, it should be like out to here, and then like here, there should be a couple more. So, but we're kind of waiting for this to empty. So, do we have any of that anywhere? I don't think that we do. It's like vitreous or something. So let's go ahead and create a file of that. And then we'll put it here. So this needs to be changed to red. So what the red means, nope, I've got to be using the power glove. What the red means is that it's not putting any suction on that end, and if it's blue, it's putting, you know, not these, but if you change this to blue like this, then it's putting one suction on that end. Yeah, so I'm going to walk you through all of this again because why not? So these pull out using this. So these are one directional because all the pipes are basically one way. So this provides suction to the buffer, which is pulling from all of these. Now the buffer is pretty much the only thing in the system that can hold multiple different kinds of V. Then I have this buffer over here, which is pulling from this one. And notice it's a one-way, no suction, so there's no resistance for them going this way. and then that also goes this way. So it gets sucked into this buffer via these bellows. Like, again, they provide suction so that everything moves. And it checks because these have the strongest. So this is 30, this is 30, this is 30, right? So it checks these first because the suction on this is 14, so this is more powerful. And then if it doesn't go in there, then it goes this way. And then it does the same thing for these three. And because it's, you know, more powerful, does those, and basically goes all the way around. And then once it gets to this one, let's see, he's got Bestia. So once it gets to this one, you'll notice it's alternating between those two. It's just feeding back and forth and just going around in a big circle. So it will constantly, it constantly tries to put everything in everything. But if I do this, it's now going to, that's backwards. There we go. So now it's going to put that in there, and I can take a file and limit it. So now it will always only take that. All of these are, and occasionally I have to check it to see what's got. And my early experiments are what are the reasons that we have a couple of like extra ones floating here. I'm not sure yet how to pull stuff out of the warded jars when it is not a direct multiple of 10. So, you know, the plan is I'm just going to feed them back through. Like as the stuff fills up, I'm just replacing it with the one that's got a little bit in it, and we're just working our way around. So now that's going up. The only one left is Bestia. So we're actually going to have to create a new jar setup for that. So we go here. We're going to need filters. Like so. 1, 2, 3. We separate that. We don't actually need these random Essentia tubes in here. I just kind of like them for the height so that everything matches. Honestly, I could have built this a little bit shorter, and I can think of reasons why I should have. Oh, there we go. So now we pop down these. These make sure that there's no backlog. And then from here, it's a simple matter of dropping down a buffer. And then from the buffer, we go like so. Now once I have set these, I'm actually disconnecting them so that they don't cause problems. Now, in order to swap this, we're actually going to need to put a restricted Essentia tube there, and we're going to need to put a bellows there. And so now it will pull, separate this, and then we're going to put a directional on top, like so. Come on, come this way. Oh my gosh. So we kill that, we kill that, we kill that, we kill that, we kill that. Then we take these and we disconnect that, and we disconnect that. And this should be a directional Essentia tube, so we handle that. And we want that to be, come on. what we're trying to do is change that, there we go, to red. Okay. So now what should be happening is if we change that to red, let's check our section here. 30. 30, 30. Okay. So it should draw in, and then we should get Bestia down here. And 8 Bestia. So because there's Bestia in it, it's going to draw it. So we don't have to worry too much about that. It won't ever try to draw something that isn't. So yeah, that's the walkthrough for the setup. And then when I have the next one going, I will just let's see if we can do steak beef. So let's put the beef through there. Just kind of that should top off our Victus as well, because Victus is so close. But it pulls it out. It checks all the things. Victus is going up. We break that bottle. Pop it in there. Do this. Pop it down. And let's see, do we have any floating around anywhere? Four. So yeah, this actually works pretty quick. Okay, now we have 20 of this. We can do a file and lock it. So even if we change the bottle now, and that's one of the reasons that I am locking them like that, is so that when I change the bottle, it doesn't go crazy and put a random thing in there. So let's make some thaumium plates. So we've got a couple of thaumium plates. Now we need to make this entire process less harmful to us in the environment. So going back to the alchemy, we need to make this smelter. So we're going to need 2 brass plates, an essentia smelter, and an alchemical construct, which is 4 iron plates. We'll need these essentia tubes, which are essentia and a lever. Or tube and a lever. It's okay, I've been making lots of levers. We have a million, quite on accident, I promise. So that, and it's called a what? So this is an alchemical construct. So we just need the 4 iron plates. And now we use this. Let's scan it, because we have to remember to scan everything. Because the more you scan, the more research you get. So let's do this. Now we need to make the thaumium essentia smelter, which requires 2 brass plates. I have a spare smelter here. Let's see about brass plates. So now, thaumium essentia smelter, that's this thing. So this should actually be less bad than the one that we're currently using. So according to the book, 90% of efficiency instead of 80%. It's better than nothing. Breaks down slurry at double the normal speed. So that's cool. So now we can go over here to improved essentia distillation. While essentia smelters can be very fast, they could always be faster, especially at the speed at which they break down essentia slurry into usable essentia. So now we can do this. Iron plates, brass plates, great wood, filtered essentia tube, and an alchemical construct. We actually already have all that. So this is called a auxiliary slurry pipe. So that gives us that. We'll scan it. Now we look at the book. To reduce the amount of flux. So this is a thing that we want to make, so we'll need another alchemical construct. How do we do this thing? Do we what? So hopefully this works. Maybe... Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with that. What was this? Oh. So, for example, we do this, and then we can do that. So that outputs. Oh, but we want to use the nice one. Let's use the nice one, guys. So let's test it. So I want to cook some brains. Sweet. I mean, it's, yeah, that's messy. So an auxiliary venting port. So we have all of this really. We need the alchemical construct, which requires 2 essentia valves, which is just levers. So we're actually making good progress, but I think that we now about need to call it. I'm not sure exactly how long this episode is because I've pretty much had to butcher it. So filters. So yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and yep. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. If you liked it, leave a like. If you don't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. And I hope you guys have a great day. Ooh, fancy.